Hey, I'm Brandon, and today we are taking a closer look at the Spidi Carbo 7 gloves available at RevZilla.com. So the Carbo 7 gloves, these are a sport-oriented pair of gloves, pretty low profile. I think they're overall pretty comfortable, and you're getting a good amount of protection here as well. This is something I think you could use for those more aggressive touring rides if you're logging some serious miles. But if you're hitting those twisty roads on the weekends, this could be a really great option for you to take a closer look at. Now, before I get into the details here, I did want to take a second and talk about the overall fit. Now, I measure just over 8.5 inches around the full circumference of my hand. I typically wear a size large in pretty much all of my gloves, and the size large is fitting me spot on here. I'd certainly say they're fitting true to what the sizing chart is going to recommend. Get your measurements, reference that chart, you should be all set. They are very comfortable. I don't have any excess material in here, and we have a goat leather main construction. So keep that in mind. It is leather, it is going to relax, it is going to break in. Make sure that your gloves are nice and snug right out of the box. Now keep in mind, these gloves will ship to you for free, and as always, we do have our price match policy in place. That, of course, is going to guarantee you the lowest price available and make sure that you're getting the best deal around. Now, we've got a dual Velcro main entry. We've got that main entry for the gauntlet, of course, and then we have this retention strap here just to help keep things nice and secure around the wrist. And then you can see we've got nice coverage around the gauntlet on the top of the glove. Now, working our way down, you do have a floating knuckle. I think it's very comfortable as far as making a fist and manipulating your controls. However, I wish there was a little bit extra foam padding underneath that knuckle there just to make it a little bit more comfortable for those longer days in the saddle. Not a deal breaker, but just something worth noting. And of course, you do have that hard carbon knuckle there for that added impact protection. As we start working our way down the fingers, you can see you've got some accordion at the tops of your trigger fingers. Makes that obviously a bit more easy to manipulate your controls. And then we've got this TPR across the tops of the knuckles here. Now you can see there is a little bit of ventilation here. I think it could have been done a little bit better as far as the ventilation and getting airflow moving through the gloves. Light amount of perforation on tops of these fingers as well, but I don't think it adds a ton of breathability. I think that's one thing that we could have seen a little bit more of on the top of the hand here. Now, as we work our way to the inside of the glove, one thing I always like to see with pretty much all gloves that I'm buying nowadays is touch tech capability on either index finger as well as the thumb. And I'm not getting it on either here. I think that personally is a miss for me. Even though this is more of a sport-oriented glove or something you could take to the track, I still do like having that touch tech capability if I'm just using it out on the street to manipulate my phone or my GPS unit. So I'd like to see that on the next iteration of these particular gloves. A little bit of reinforcement here in between the thumb and the index finger and working its way across the palm. And again, goat leather main construction all throughout. And then you can see we have some coverage here working its way from the top of the pinky down to the base of the palm. And I think at this price point around, sub 200 bucks, I would have loved to see a hard slider incorporated here at the base of the palm too. When you consider what else is out there on the market and some of the other options, you do often get a hard slider around this price point. This is a nice thick foam padding. It will certainly help in the event that I've got to put these guys to the true test. But again, considering the price point, hard slider would have been nice to have. But overall, they are pretty comfortable. They're giving you a good amount of protection, something you could take to the track, something you can wear casually, hit those twisty roads on, and still feel confident that you've got something that's going to protect you the way that it should. Now, if you're looking for more details, feel free to click that info button on your desktop or mobile device, and that will take you over to RevZilla.com, where you can read other rider reviews and check out some other color options in these particular gloves. Now, if you have any questions about these gloves, as well as any other gear you might be looking at, please don't hesitate to reach out. Give our Gear Geeks a call at 877-792-9455 or simply shoot over an email cs@RevZilla.com. Thanks for hanging out with us for a bit and taking a closer look at the Spidi Carbo 7 gloves. I'm Brandon. Keep it pinned.